Hey everybody, I'm back again to talk about the Muggo. I think I've done like 4 videos already about this. This will be my last one. I'm considering this an update to my previous review. That one was mostly positive. I've had the Muggo now for 6 or 8 months, so I've been able to dig a little bit deeper into some of the downside of it. I'm still positive on the Muggo. I would recommend it. I just want to make sure everybody has all the information they need if they're thinking about buying one. What I've found are things that they need to really fix if they're going to do a version 2.0. So again, overall still positive, but I want you to know these few things. And a lot of them have to do with this detachable battery. And I know that this is kind of the market differentiator from an Ember mug. So I'm not going to say get rid of the detachable battery, but there are a few things associated with this battery. So the first one is, and I mentioned this before in one of my videos, is that it's really easy for this to fall off, right? So I just lost it right there. I meant to catch that. But it's really easy for it to fall off. So if you're got a beverage that you're trying to shake, forget it. You got to take it off before you shake it. So that's the first thing. And I mentioned that before in one of my reviews, but there's been a couple other things that have come up with respect to this removable battery that have been pretty negative. And first, and the second thing, I guess, after just the inability to shake it, the second thing is if you want to just throw this in your backpack or your duffel bag, it will fall off. As it jostles around in there, there's no way that this is staying on. It might not even fully fall off, but it might kind of, break the contacts a little bit. You'll end up not having hot coffee when you finally pull it out of your bag, a couple hours later. So that's the second downside of that removable battery. The other one was even more severe, and I ran into this a couple times, and that is if you're using a cup holder in your car, the cup holder, at least in my cars, really only cover the battery. So it's left up to the magnet to make sure that the mug stays put as you're going over bumps, or in my case, somebody bumped it and it just fell off and I didn't have it sealed on top. So it bumped off, fell on the floor, started spilling coffee everywhere. That wouldn't happen if this was not magnetic. And so I would say if we're going to create a version 2.0 of the Muggo, this has got to be a mechanical attachment. Get rid of the magnet. Probably save some money there anyway. That's another market differentiator I would say from the Ember is it's less expensive. Take the magnet situation out of here. It would even make it cheaper. And I would just go to like a quarter turn, insert quarter turn and lock it in. Go to a mechanical connection there. That would be a benefit to version 2.0. So that was the first thing. The battery falls off. So the second thing is, if you've seen my other videos, I did have a situation where a battery went bad and I had to order a new one with the warranty. And I kind of went back through time and tried to figure out what I could possibly be doing that would make a battery go bad so quickly. And I think I figured it out. And that is when I picked this up, when I was picking up the battery off of the charger, I would often brush my finger against one of these contacts. And I'd get a pretty good spark out of it, but not enough that would prevent me from continuing to do it. And so for the first few weeks that I had the mug, probably 20% of the time, when I'd pick it up, I'd brush a contact, catch a spark. And I think it was that charge going through the battery when it would discharge through my finger that caused it to go bad, because now I've had it for 6 months since then and I haven't had any issues. Now I've been super careful when I pick it up not to touch these leads. So it needs to have better battery protection when you touch these leads, overload protection, or just if they were to redesign this to be a mechanical attachment, just move these leads somewhere else where it's not so easy to accidentally brush against it. Another battery issue is, and I've run into this I guess 3 times now, where I will plug the battery into the mug after it's been on the charger. I'll take the battery right off the charger, put it onto the mug, and within minutes, it's dead. The battery's dead. And what I think is happening is that's when I've had the battery on the charger for an extended period of time, 2, 3, 4 weeks. I don't always go out, especially with COVID right now. I'm sitting at home a lot working. So I'm using my Ember, I'm not using my travel mug. So when this sits on the charger for say 3 or 4 weeks, I think what happens is it charges fully up And then there's never a trickle charge introduced or any sort of a recharging mechanism to keep it charged for the next few weeks or few days or whatever. So essentially it's just sitting there, slowly losing its battery or juice like any other rechargeable battery would. And so after a few weeks, you're essentially pulling a mostly dead battery off of a charger. So they need to fix that. The last battery related thing is name another product that has a removable battery, any product in your house where you can't buy replacement batteries or additional batteries. That should be part of the benefit of having this, is I can buy an additional 1 or 2 of these and extend the life of my hot coffee or my hot beverage by the addition of more batteries. You can't find these. You can't find a replacement battery on the Muggo website. It astounds me. It confounds me. I don't know. It confuses me. So that was it for the battery. I think those were 4 things. I got a couple other things that should be fixed, and I mentioned one in a previous video, and that is that the temperature accuracy isn't very good. I like my coffee at 135 degrees, and to get 135 in the Muggo, I have to set it to 128 degrees. If I set it to 135, it's way too hot. So they need to fix the temperature accuracy. I'm not sure why it is so far off, but it is. And then the last thing is they need to introduce a mechanism so that the mug knows when there is liquid in it. The Ember mug does that. I think they purely do it with software and the existing temperature detectors in the mug. It's got to be done. I find myself finishing my coffee and then forgetting to turn it off. It just drains the rest of the battery out. It's not a big deal, but it's just wasteful. Also, when you set this on the charger, it'll be on. It shouldn't be on if it doesn't have liquid in it. So for a couple reasons, they really need to add something in there so that it knows when you've got a hot liquid in there. But that's it. Those were 6 things that need to be fixed in version 2.0. I would say not any reason to avoid the Muggo, but certainly things to know before you buy it. So thanks for watching. Enjoy your coffee. We'll see you next time.